So I've been having these thoughts about merge tactics at the back of my mind for the past 1 to 2 weeks. Really serious problems about merge tactics, and I really reached my breaking point. Last video, if you guys have not watched it, I was pretty visibly upset, and I really appeared like recording and playing merge tactics was the last thing I ever wanted to do in that given moment because, quite frankly, it was. And that's honestly a really serious issue I want to address. So today's video is going to be a lot more of a serious commentary based video. So first of all, I'm going to be addressing two things. The first is a really fundamental problem I think merge tactics has that I think if it's not properly managed will honestly be the downfall to merge tactics. And number two is my experience with burnout recently as a content creator, just playing merge tactics every day. Trying to manage these daily uploads because I do think burnout is just such an important topic to talk about because it affects the experience that you guys get from my videos every day. And I just don't think I've been really putting out high quality videos in the past week or so. So it's something I really want to just be transparent about and talk to you guys about. So, first of all, the biggest problem that I think merge tactics has fundamentally, well, quite frankly, it has multiple big problems, but the biggest problem that I just see affecting players every single day is RNG. And there's been a lot of discussions on RNG and merge tactics. My current stance, there's two stances. One is that merge tactics is just not skill based, it's just too RNG. So some top players have taken that stance, and the other stance is, well, actually, RNG does even out over time because if you take a large sample size of games, and let's say you just play 100 to 1,000 of those games, well, your luck is going to even out across all of those games. So mathematically speaking, the latter is technically correct. However, that does not eliminate the fact that the first is also correct to a partial extent. And that, yeah, RNG is very, in terms of like individual games, yeah, they're very luck based. And that's just something you can't really deny. And although the second might, may be correct, right? Luck will even out over time. Merge tactics is still inherently very luck based. And the problem that I've just seen so many people experiencing is that because you're inevitably going to get unlucky at certain times, if you play the game indefinitely, you're eventually going to get tilted because of just bad luck, which is something you can't do. And the fact that a good player can consistently just be losing to dumb reasons or to worse players because of bad luck at, let's say, a short period of time, like a day or something. Obviously, look, if you expand it out over weeks, yeah, the good player will win more. But the fact that a good player can just lose so much in a short period of time, it and just inevitably get tilted because you are going to be facing the streaks of bad luck is just poor game design, in my opinion. And look, I know that the game is designed for casual players, right? That I don't know. I guess they're just trying to go for players that are going to play, not going to try too hard, and they want to make RNG an aspect because, look, they want to basically give these more casual players a chance, a really damn good chance against these better players, as we've seen, to win the game. I just don't think it's that good of a design, to be honest, because I mean, I know a lot of people, a lot of casual players as well, just have not been enjoying this RNG component. And I do think RNG is good to an extent because, look, if it's a completely skill-based game, that's just too sweaty, right? You're just have gonna, it's really not casual friendly because, oh, if you're a casual player and it's 100% skill-based, where do you even start, right? It's so daunting. So I do think RNG is good to an extent, but the extent to which it is in the game right now is just far too much. They've been just pushing for everything to be luck based, right? You have superstars, which has a 50% chance of recasting, or you have goblins, which has, the goblin queen, which has like a 33% chance of getting a goblin. All these things are percent chances, right? It's not like, oh, instead of the goblin queen, why don't we just make it like the first of every 3 kills you get a goblin, or superstar, maybe you rework it to be more consistent, right? They're making a lot more RNG based. And this is just so frustrating because you inevitably will have chances where you just get the short end of the stick and you get unlucky. And I've just seen so many good players. For example, in my Discord server, some of the top players, right? An example of this is Abraham Lincoln. He finished top two. Even players like him are just literally losing like 6 games, fourth places in a row because you can't do anything about it. And those types of games are just inevitably going to get you frustrated. So there really is just no point in playing a game. You will not find joy long term in playing a game that you will inevitably get tilted in. And this is a reason why I don't play this game in my free time for fun, because I know from experience that if I play for, let's say, an hour, eventually I'm going to be running into bad luck, and that's just going to frustrate me. So why would I want to be playing a game where I know that, sure, I might win initially, right? I'm going to get some wins in, but inevitably I will be getting upset. Why would I play a game where I'm just going to get upset guaranteed? That doesn't make any sense. So I think RNG is just the biggest problem, and I've just seen players ranging from casual all the way to some of the best in the world just getting upset about this, which I think is completely justified. And I think which really turns off the game from playing for fun, because how can you have fun from a game if you're just going to get pissed off guaranteed if you play for a long period of time? So I do think RNG is just the biggest problem that the game has. But there are also other big problems that the game has. The second is that there's just no incentive to play. Again, the trophy road, or the Star Steel road, I guess, as they're calling it, the rewards are terrible. Like, you lock in and you play for like 15 hours a day, or not a day. You play for 15 hours to get the diamond, 20, whatever, even more if it's your first time, just to get what, like 3 legendaries. But then you could say, okay, well, yeah, progression is not like the main goal of playing the game. You're supposed to play the game for the love of the game. Well, merge tactics by nature does get very repetitive very easily, because I mean, it's a very simple, like, low skill ceiling game, right? There's not much. Like, you just buy cards, you sell them, you have the same like 20 something cards in the pool. It's going to get repetitive. Okay, so then how should you incentivize a very simple game? Oh, well then how about we add like a competitive aspect. So although the game is very simple by nature, you could still, incentivize people to play because they want to go for these higher finishes. Oh, but there's no ranked badges. Oh, so there's no competitive play to it then? Oh, but there also is the problem of RNG. So like, how could you really, play an RNG based game competitively? There's a lot of problems, and I know that Supercell is trying to push merge tactics casually again, but you sort of have this player base already that's just really wanting to embrace merge tactics with open arms, that are trying to play a bit more competitively, and you're just sort of pushing them away. You're just saying like, oh no, we don't care. Like, we want to open this up to this other audience, not you guys. And it's sort of a problem that Squad Busters had initially. Squad Busters was very casual in the beginning, and yeah, like, you had people that wanted to play more competitively early on, but they're like, okay, well, it's a very casual game, so it's not for me. So then gradually, casual players went in and started playing Squad Busters, but then they implemented a more like skill based update, and then, oh well, now you're sort of appealing to this other more skill-based audience, but that's not the audience you're trying to appeal to. So that's ultimately how the game died. That's sort of the road I see merge tactics going towards if they don't resolve this issue. And look, I don't know if badges are in development right now. I mean, honestly, they've seen the feedback for sure about the badges, and I would assume that they probably are in development. So, like, if they are in development right now, that's great. This is just something I just wanted to address because I feel like it's the biggest demand that people have been having in terms of, like, merge tactics, right? The badges, I would say those are like the single-handedly the most popular demand I've seen, because you could really cater towards both competitive players by just adding a simple badge, right? If you add a badge, people are going to try to be pushing and getting those finishes, but you could also just keep the current design. Honestly, if you keep the current design, try to cater towards casual players, that's fine too, because now you're going to have casual players that are going to be attracted to this very simple, like, low skill ceiling game design, but you're also going to have like competitive players who want to go for higher finishes. So there 100% is a way to cater towards both audiences, and I really hope that they find this way to do that, so that they keep the game alive. But right now, you just really have people just not enjoying the game, and a big example of this, I was actually talking to someone earlier about this, and I did see a Reddit post, is that a lot of people, and this is a huge problem, they just push the diamond and they call it a day. They're like, oh yes, I finally got the diamond, so now I don't have to play anymore. And that's just a problem, because that's just saying that, like, oh, well, you don't actually like play the game for fun, right? Because again, sort of relating to the RNG aspect, or maybe not the ranked badges, a combination of the two. Number one, the game is frustrating to play, so it makes sense why they don't want to push beyond diamond. But number two, there's no incentive to actually push higher and play more, because why the hell would you push higher if you're going to get the same damn badge as you would if someone who just hit 3K flat? Like, the top 1 player is getting the same reward as the player who just hits 3K flat. Like, do you see how that's like sort of like a problem when it comes to incentive? Like, there's no reason for someone to push higher than 3,000 unless they want to play for fun. But the game is not fun because you're inevitably going to be getting bad luck and be getting frustrated. So do you see how that's sort of like a sort of endless cycle, how that's pretty bad? And another example of this is actually one of the biggest merge tactics creators, JCE, just quit the game because he wasn't having fun. And honestly, I think that's pretty valid because the game just hasn't been enjoyable, in my opinion, recently. Like, for casual players, I'm not trying to like diss the game or anything, but like for someone like me who like plays the game like every day, because I record videos, like, yeah, it's gonna get pretty repetitive for me. And again, there's no other incentive because there's no like badges or anything. So like, there's not really any big reason for me to play. But of course, for like casual players, like, yeah, like, it's a fun game. I don't really think there's any like big issues for casual players, but for people who are like trying to play more, that really love the game, like I do, like JCE, it's just really hard to have a lot of fun with the game these days. And in my last, like, I would say, week of videos, I was just feeling so exhausted because honestly, it just felt like a chore to record videos because I mean, I was like, oh man, I gotta play this game again, and what if I get like frustrated because of the bad luck? Um, you know, it wasn't very pleasant to like look forward to, and it just really felt like a chore to do, which is bad because I love YouTube and I want to keep loving what I do, but of course, um, when a game is in a state like this, it's just very hard to do. It really feels like a chore to do, and sort of related to that is the trophy reset system. This is the third major flaw I think Merge Tactics currently has, is that it takes a hell of a long time to actually climb back because you reset every player to 0 trophies. No matter if they're the top 1 player or it's their first time playing, you reset them to 0 trophies, which is bad, and they don't even get a multiplier because if you reset everyone to 0 trophies with 0 multipliers, you're gonna have like the top players just like steamrolling the new players. That kind of goes against their sort of model for catering towards casuals, because now you're gonna have these like seasoned like veterans just like wiping the floor with these new players. Like, that's pretty not enjoyable if you're basically just starting out the game and you queued up into Rune, the top 1 player, the best, the undisputed GOAT, and you're queuing up to Rune because he also got reset to 0 trophies. Like, that's pretty intimidating, right? So I feel like they should add at least a multiplier, because even for someone like me who is pretty good at the game, it'll take me 10 to 15 hours just to climb all the way back to diamond. But if you look at someone who's like not as good at the game, it's going to take them maybe 20 hours, even if they hit diamond before. So it feels like such a chore to just get back to where you came from. And yeah, like a normal clash, you reset at Master 1 and you have to get all the way up to Ultimate Champion, but at least you get rewarded for your previous season because you get a multiplier. That's really all we could ask for at this point. And that really leads to the burnout I've been experiencing lately. I just really haven't been finding any joy in recording Merge Tactics videos because just really because of the game. Number one, the game has just been very repetitive, and actually, this is what I've been realizing through my channel, through the entire lifespan of my channel. What I realized is after the update, boom, there'd be a surge in views, a surge in hype, surge in popularity, and it would literally just like plummet like a week or two after. For context, at the beginning of the season, 2 seasons ago, my most viewed videos, I got 2 videos at 200K. 2 weeks later, oh, my videos were hitting like 20K views. And obviously, updates are going to have more hype. Like, that's very obvious. But the fact that a video is getting like, I don't know, like 1/8 of the views, the fact that it's falling off that hard is insane. You don't see that with normal Clash. Obviously, in normal Clash, the updates are going to have hype around them, and then it's going to taper off towards the season. That's completely normal with literally any game. But it's literally the fact that Merge Tactics gets all this hype. It's bringing in new players with every season, and then it literally plummets. So it's bringing in new players. It's piquing some sort of interest in the community, but it's actually not able to retain these players. That's the problem. Yeah, you expose the game to a lot of players, but you don't actually retain those players. And that's just a terrible, I guess, thing because of how repetitive the game is and how frustrating the game can be, because everyone has this like thought that it's just luck, because I mean it kind of is at this point. So it's really just been feeling like a chore, I guess, to record videos. And it's not just the game's fault. Like, a large part of it is just because I upload daily, right? I've been uploading daily for the past 4 months. regardless of how much passion you have for something, you're going to get burned out. So it's not the game's fault per se. Like, yeah, there's problems with the game that I've pointed out, in my opinion. But also just because I've just been doing this every single day for the past 4 months. So a combination of those two, I'm not blaming the game for the burnout. Like, the burnout is completely separate, in my opinion. It's just the fact that I've been doing this like every single day. And like, yeah, you're just going to need a break eventually. So like, don't blame the game for, I don't blame the game for that really. It's just common burnout as you would with anything else. But that doesn't deny the fact that, yeah, it is really frustrating to play. And even in my clan, I run like a merge tactics focused clan. Every time I open the chat, I hear, oh my god, I just got like 4 fourths in a row, or I just got minus 50. Like, that's so frustrating. Or, you know, I got no merges, or I'm facing so many Loon players. Like, it's just, it feels like it's just inevitable for people to get frustrated, which I have the same experience. Like, why would I really want to play if I'm just gonna get pissed off? Guaranteed. It doesn't make any sense. So I don't know. Like, I really try to take a break and play other games. Um, you know, personally, I've been getting into Marvel Rivals. I've been playing Valorant a lot, Minecraft. I've been thinking like, okay, yeah, like I'll take a short break for like a day, come back, and I'll be good to go. But like, I just have not been ever getting the drive to play the game, which has been a problem. So honestly, I think what I just have to do at this point is just take maybe like a few days break, hopefully just freshen up my mind and come back and, you know, be good. And of course, I'm never going to quit Merge Tactics. Don't get that wrong. I will always be recording videos because, I mean, that's the game I fell in love with 4 months ago. And Merge Tactics always has a special place in my heart. I will always enjoy it from time to time. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'll always like genuinely want to play the game from time to time, but it has a serious problem where it just doesn't retain the interest of players is what I realized. And at the beginning of the season, oh yes, super good, a lot of hype, but towards the middle of the season, it's just like, well, it falls off so hard. It falls off so much harder than any other game because of the problems I've listed before. So I feel like Merge Tactics has a, I just don't know how that future is going to be, because I feel like it's just going to be like, oh, update, huge high, and then a week or two later, very low, low for the rest of the season, huge high, low, low, huge high, low, low. You see the problem here is just, it's very like inconsistent, and it's just like, it's just like on life support every other like season, like every month. You know, it's very inconsistent, and I just think it's just in a really like bad spot long term, and I just think something fundamental needs to change. So basically, to sum things up, I think the RNG aspect really needs to be taken down a notch. I also think there needs to be more incentive ranked badges. I don't even think the Star Steel Road progression needs to change. Just add more ranked badges. Change the trophy road so that people are actually, you know, they actually want to get back into the game, so that they're not reset to 0 trophies. Because when you reset to 0 trophies every season, people are just turned off because they're like, oh, I gotta grind all the way back up. But when I grind all the way back up, do I get anything for it? Oh, I get like 5 cards. Okay, do I get a cool badge, maybe with like a ranking if I actually push up? Oh no, I don't get that too. So wait, why would I play the game? Oh, to have fun. But it's not fun when you don't get any merges. You see the problem there? It's like an endless cycle. I really think these problems need to be addressed. And like at the end of the day, I'm not like, at its nature, Merge Tactics is a repetitive game. It's a very simple game, and by nature of simple games, it's gonna, you know, tire out quickly. So these are not easy fixes by any means whatsoever. I'm not blaming the dev team saying like, oh, do this, like this is your fault. Like, a lot of these problems are just like kind of like helpless, but I hope that they could at least maybe address the problems that I think could be addressed, like the RNG aspect and the badges. I think those are the two biggest ones. Also, the trophy, the progression road system. I really hope that maybe the dev team or just any of the Supercell team can maybe see my perspective. Maybe if they could, I don't know, just think it through. If they disagree with that, that's completely fine, right? It's their game. Just maybe if they consider this, that would be really good. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Do you guys agree with me? How have you guys been enjoying the game? I've just been seeing a lot of like negative sentiment towards the game right now, which is why I've been making this video. But I personally think I'm going to be taking a short break from the game right now. I'm going back to my hometown in Korea, going to be enjoying my time for a few days, but I'm going to be coming back strong. And of course, I'm never going to be quitting Merge Tactics for you guys. I'm always going to be playing, but that's just one concern that I've had for you guys. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about that. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.